Okay, welcome to a new video series. This is called Forbidden Health Foods. What we're going to be talking about are foods that for the past 50 to 60 years have just really been unfairly attacked and unfairly blamed for causing a lot of America's health problems. Now, these foods are finally starting to get the respect they deserve. They're being vindicated and they're being validated scientifically for being really important, essential foods in our diet. Now, each of these foods has a good amount of saturated fat and cholesterol in them, and that's why they've been attacked so fiercely. So you've probably been told 3 lies about these foods. One, you've been told that eating these foods with saturated fat and cholesterol are going to increase your risk for cardiovascular disease like heart attack, stroke, clogged arteries, things like that. You've probably also been told that eating saturated fat and cholesterol makes you fat. And you've also been told that eating saturated fat especially increases your risk for cancer. So what you're going to discover in this Forbidden Health Food series is that the exact opposite is true. These foods all have nutrients that, 1, protect your cardiovascular system, 2, are essential when you're trying to lose weight. You really want to be eating a lot of these foods if you're going on a weight management program. And 3rd, these foods all have nutrients that support our cancer defense mechanisms in our bodies. So you may get a little angry when you start realizing how good these foods are for you that you've been told forever to stay away from. So the first forbidden health food we're going to talk about is butter. Now, you've probably been told by a lot of diet experts and TV shows and magazines to avoid butter. You're bombarded with commercials for butter substitutes. You see a ton of different butter substitute products in the grocery store, and there's books that tell you how to use vegetable oils in place of butter for cooking. So it's totally understandable if you're a little squeamish about including butter in your diet. But my goal with this video is to show you that butter is not just something that's okay. Butter is an absolutely essential nutrient in the diet. There's some things in butter that are really hard to get from other food sources, especially in the American diet. So what's so special about butter? Well, let's start with the thing that everybody's concerned about, and that's the fats in butter. It's the fats, the perfect blend of unique fats in butter, that really make it so healthy for us. Yes, there is saturated fat in butter, but what you may not have been told is that saturated fat is just as important as unsaturated fats like omega-3 fish oils in your diet. If you have too much unsaturated fats and not enough saturated fats, your hormones aren't going to work properly. Your cardiovascular system isn't going to work properly. Your bones aren't going to be strong the way they need to be. So many organs and tissues in your body need a good amount of saturated fat. Your brain needs it. Your bones need it. Your kidneys need it. Your immune system needs it. You have to have saturated fat in the diet. So saturated fat has really gotten an unfair bad rap. It just has to be in balance with the other fats. So one of the big saturated fats that's very exciting in butter is medium chain fatty acids. Now, the only other sources of medium chain fatty acids are coconut oil and palm oil. So you can see that butter is the easiest way to get these. One of those medium chain fatty acids is lauric acid, which is really potent antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal nutrient. So it's really good support for your immune system, very good protection support. Now, another fat in butter is conjugated linoleic acid. You may have seen more and more coming out about this. This is a fat that is getting a lot of research for cancer prevention and also for weight loss support. So there's even conjugated linoleic acid supplements that you can get in health food stores, things like that, but it's so easy just to get in good butter. Another fat in butter, this may surprise you, butter is a really good source of omega-3 fats. So you think of those as just being fish oils, but there are a really good amount of them in butter. There's also a lot of arachidonic acid in butter, and that is an important fat for your metabolism. If you don't have enough arachidonic acid, it's very important to have, or it's very difficult to have energy, and it's very difficult to lose weight. So medium chain fatty acids for your immune system, conjugated linoleic acid to help you lose weight, and omega-3 fats and arachidonic acid. Very important fats in your diet. So what else does butter have besides those good, important fats? Butter is loaded with all of the essential fat-soluble vitamins. So that's vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. So you need vitamin A for your eyes, you need it for your thyroid gland, you need it for your immune system. And this is ironic, you need vitamin A to help keep your cholesterol under control. So butter actually has a nutrient several nutrients that keep your cholesterol from getting too high. Vitamin E. Butter is the richest source, easiest to get source of vitamin E in the American diet. So especially the kind of vitamin E that supports your hormones. So if you're interested in keeping stable, plentiful hormones in your body, butter is a great food to do that because of the vitamin E that's in there. Vitamin D, you know how important vitamin D is for osteoporosis prevention, for keeping your joints healthy, and also getting a lot of cancer attention for prevention of breast cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, things like that. So the last fat-soluble vitamin is vitamin K, and the form of vitamin K in butter is vitamin K2. That's the form that's very potent, very strong for supporting your bones. So vitamin K1 is the blood clotting vitamin. Vitamin K2 is the bone and joint and teeth vitamin. So the only other sources of this in the American diet are egg yolks and cheese, which happen to be two other forbidden health foods. So vitamin K2 you can only get from egg yolks, cheese, and butter as far as common American foods that we would have access to. So all of the fat-soluble vitamins you can just so easily get them in butter. Butter is also loaded with good trace minerals, especially trace minerals that support your hormones, your endocrine system. There's iodine for your thyroid. So you know how important healthy thyroid function is, especially for energy and weight loss. So iodine is very hard to get mineral in the diet, especially sufficient levels for what our thyroid needs. So the more food sources of iodine you can get in, the better. And butter is a great one. There's also a lot of manganese in butter. That's important for your ligaments to keep your muscles strong, your ligaments strong, your bones strong. But it also supports your pituitary gland. So it's another hormone balancing nutrient in butter. Butter has a lot of selenium in it. It's probably one of the richest sources of selenium in our diet. Selenium has a lot of research to prove that it supports cancer prevention in your body and cardiovascular disease prevention. So very important for those two health issues. Butter also is very rich in zinc, and zinc, you know, is really important for your immune system. So you've got iodine, manganese, selenium, and zinc. So what is the best source of butter out there? Well, the first thing, the most important thing is just get real butter. Change your butter substitutes and get real butter. That's the first important thing. But the second is butter is a food that's pretty important to do organic. When you do organic butter, you're going to have a lot higher nutrient content, especially those fat-soluble vitamins, and you're going to have a lot less toxins that could accumulate in the butter. So I like the Organic Valley brand. You can find this in most any grocery store. But if you really want to get the ultimate, healthiest superfood butter that's out there, it's the Organic Valley pasture butter. This is a little harder to find. You can definitely get it at Whole Foods, but ask your grocery store to carry this, especially if they already carry Organic Valley products. It's no trouble for them to add this onto it. But what's so special about pasture butter? This butter is made from cows that only feed on the rapidly growing green grass during the months of, I think it's May to September. So when they do that, it really ramps up the amount of omega-3 fatty acids, the conjugated linoleic acid, which is the one that supports your metabolism, and it also ramps up the amount of vitamin K2 for your bones and joints in there. So this is the absolute healthiest butter that you can get. How much do you need per day of butter? Tablespoon would be great. If you crave more, you can eat more. Butter is a food that you want to obey your cravings for. It's your body telling you that you need the fats or the fat-soluble vitamins. So any butter that you get is going to be a step in the right direction. Try to get at least a tablespoon per day. Cook your eggs in it, which is going to be the next forbidden health food that we talk about. So get some butter in your diet. Now, if you need some extra resources, you want to dig into this a little bit deeper, 150 Healthiest Foods on Earth, page 177. Butter made the list of the 150 healthiest foods on Earth. So that's some good information. A little bit more information about why saturated fats are actually beneficial, that you need to get the right kind in your body. So this is from Johnny Bowden. You get this at Barnes & Noble, any major bookstore. Second one I highly recommend, Eat Fat, Lose Fat by Sally Fallon and Mary Enig. This is one of the best resources for showing why these kind of fats are so important, why they're important for our heart, why they're important for us to lose weight. That's what the whole book is written about. This is actually a weight loss book. Doctors, if you're watching, you need to get this into your patients' hands The patients that are really nervous about eating good fats, if they're nervous about butter, coconut oil, things like that, this is the single best book for just really helping calm those fears. You can also go to the Weston A. Price website, westonaprice.org. Type butter into the search engine, and you'll have enough articles to keep you busy for a few years with that. And if that's not enough, if all that information isn't enough, Good Calories, Bad Calories by Gary Taubes. This is the nail in the coffin book for the low-fat, low-cholesterol, low-calorie diet. This book conclusively proves that it's the refined carbohydrates that are making us fat. This is 500 pages, so not an easy, quick read, but it's the one that's got the most scientific literature to back up what it's saying. So go eat some butter. I hope this has been helpful for you, and we'll see you soon to talk about some more forbidden health foods.